Dear students, today we have new topics, gravity and centrifugal separation. We will finish this topic in two live sessions, and the chapter name is mechanical physical separation process. Okay. साइज रिडक्शन भी हम लोग इसी में पढ़ेंगे, जिसमें रिटिंगर्स लॉ, बॉन्ड्स लॉ, किक्स लॉ, सिव एनालिसिस, सबको हम इसी टॉपिक के अंदर रखेंगे. सिव एनालिसिस इंपॉर्टेंट है. ओके, तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. The separation is accomplished by mechanical physical forces because we are studying mechanical physical separation process. So here separation is taking place due to mechanical physical forces. These mechanical physical forces will be acting on particles, liquid or mixture of particles and liquids. Okay. These mechanical physical forces include gravitational, centrifugal and kinetic forces arising from flow. इन तीनों पर हमारा क्वेश्चन है. Particles and or fluid streams are separated because of different effects produced on them by these forces. Okay, I explain one by one. Classification of mechanical physical separation: gravity, settling or sedimentation, centrifugal settling or sedimentation, mechanical size reduction and separation, filtration, centrifugal filtration. Okay, so friends, filtration and centrifugal filtration are not important for our GATE examination. This is difficult, but पूछा जाता तो इसको डिस्कस करते, लेकिन 1 2 3 हम लोग इसमें डिस्कस करेंगे. We'll discuss 1 2 3 separation processes. Okay, gravity, settling or sedimentation. In gravity, settling or sedimentation, the particles are separated from the fluid by gravitational force acting on the particles. The particles can be solid particles or liquid drops, and the fluid can be liquid or gas. We are separating particles, so particles can be liquid, drop or solid particle. Okay, and fluid can be liquid or gas which can flow. So in gravity, settling or sedimentation, the separation is taking place due to gravitational force acting on the particle. In a centrifugal settling or sedimentation, separation process is taking place due to centrifugal force acting on the particle. So first we complete gravity, settling or sedimentation. Application of settling and sedimentation, gravity, settling and sedimentation की application कहाँ कहाँ होती है? Removal of solids from liquid, sewage, waste, settling of crystal from the mother liquor, settling of solid food particles from a liquid food, and settling of slurry from a soybean leaching process, etc. Now friends, we work for derivation of the formula which is important to solve numerical problems. We are going to find terminal velocity. हमेशा की तरह हम लोग समझेंगे, डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला लिख के काम नहीं करेंगे, समझेंगे what is terminal velocity and the forces involved while deriving terminal velocity, because in your test you can see problem based on theory of mechanical physical separation process. Okay, so friends, suppose for a rigid particle moving in a fluid, there are three forces acting on the body. A rigid particle moving in a fluid, three forces are acting. One, gravity, which is acting downward. Second, buoyant force acting upward. And third, resistance or drag force acting in opposite direction to the particle motion. Suppose this is a chamber. Interesting topic. This is interesting topic and easy also. But we try to learn with concept, no formula, because we are engineers and formula is very dangerous. Friends, suppose this is a stagnant fluid, liquid or gas, and a particle is falling. This particle is falling. So forces which are acting on the particle is gravity force. Suppose its mass is m, so mg is acting vertically downward, and buoyancy force, this is gravity force fg, buoyancy force acting vertically upward, fb, and we'll discuss its value, its expression, and another force, resistance or drag force, because this mass is continuously falling, so it will experience resistance or drag force by fluid. And drag, the nature of drag is always opposing movement of a body, so it is acting vertically upward, that is opposite to the direction of movement. This is the direction of movement. Suppose if this particle is falling down, moving down, and this movement depends upon relative density of this particle with respect to the density of the fluid. Suppose it is heavier molecule, a heavier particle, so it will fall down, it will move in downward direction in order to settle at the bottom of the chamber. So dear student, this is the direction of velocity, and drag force is always acting opposite to the direction of particle motion. Okay, so these are three main forces acting on particle moving in a fluid. Now friends, this concept is sufficient to get terminal velocity. Only this concept is sufficient, because after this diagram I am going to use Newton's second law of motion. Just I am going to use Newton's second law of motion. So this is not difficult to understand. Okay, first friends, we define buoyancy force. Buoyancy force is equal to weight of displaced liquid. Weight of displaced liquid. Buoyancy force. Buoyancy force is weight of displaced liquid. Because this particle is having volume, and if it occupies a space inside a fluid mass, then it must displace fluid mass of its equal volume in order to take their space. बात समझ में आया? ये जहां भी रहेगा, जहां इतना जगह ये जो ना स्पेस लेगा, this will occupy this space by replacing fluid at this place. So weight of displaced liquid is volume of displaced liquid into density of displaced liquid, density mass upon volume. So volume will cancel each other, will get mass. Volume of displaced liquid into density of displaced liquid, this is mass, into G. This is the weight of displaced liquid, and it is buoyancy force. Volume of displaced liquid is equal to volume of particle. Volume of displaced liquid is volume of particle, because particle will displace equal volume of fluid to occupy its position. So volume of displaced liquid is equal to volume of particle into density of displaced liquid into G. Volume of particle. Dear students, suppose this is mass of particle, mass upon density of a particle is the volume of particle into rho into G. So this is m rho G upon rho P is buoyancy force which is acting vertically upward always. ये हमेशा ऊपर की तरह ही लगेगा. So we have defined buoyancy force. Okay. Next force is drag force. Drag force. Dear students, we'll discuss in fluid mechanics very details about dynamic head, dynamic pressure, but I am just using that concept. The drag force is proportional to dynamic force. Dynamic force is dynamic pressure rho V square upon 2 rho V square upon 2 into projected area of particle. This is dynamic pressure and this is dynamic force, pressure into area. So if we replace this proportionality symbol with a proportionality constant, then we will use CD. This is called drag coefficient. CD rho V square upon 2. This is drag force. Dynamic pressure is rho V square upon 2. Pressure into area of the particle. But which area? We'll use projected area. Rho V square upon 2 into projected area. This is pressure into area. It has unit of force, and dear students, multiply with coefficient of drag. Now we have a drag force. This is the force which is acting on a moving body in opposite to its motion. So we have defined all forces acting on a particle. Suppose this particle is moving down. We can apply Newton's second law of motion for this particle which is moving in a fluid, either downward or upward. But I am taking downward movement of the particle at this time. So dear students, resultant force in a vertical downward direction is equal to mass into acceleration of the particle. Resultant force, gravity force which is acting in the downward direction, vertically downward direction, buoyancy force which is acting vertically upward direction, and due to vertical downward movement, drag force is acting vertically upward direction. So this is the resultant force in the downward direction. Bring all the forces in vertically downward direction, in the direction of motion. So dear student, this is a resultant force acting vertically downward. And we know from the Newton's second law of motion, resultant force acting in a particular direction is equal to mass into acceleration in that direction. जिस डायरेक्शन में आपने जो है ना फोर्स को रिजल्टेंट निकाला है, उसी डायरेक्शन के एक्सेलरेशन और मास के प्रोडक्ट के ए इक्वल होगा. डियर स्टूडेंट, एफ जी इज ग्रेविटी फोर्स इज एम जी, buoyancy force m rho g upon rho p. Rho is the density of fluid, rho p is the density of particle, into minus drag force which is cd rho v square upon 2 into a, which is equal to mass into acceleration. Now I am going to introduce the concept of terminal velocity. Try to understand terminal velocity. Dear students, initially suppose particle is starting to fall from the rest. Initially it is in the rest condition, and now we release the particle. It will start its movement in a fluid. Initially particle is at rest, and if we release this particle in a liquid or gas, it starts its movement. So definitely initially its velocity is 0, and now it is going to achieve some velocity. It means it is accelerated, and acceleration of this particle is due to net force acting in the direction of motion. This is the cause for the acceleration of particle. This is the cause. Without cause के तो motion होगा नहीं. So initially we can easily visualize particle is accelerated, because if we release a particle from a rest, initially it has 0 velocity, but it starts moving with some velocity. So there is a change in velocity with the time. Rate of change of velocity with time is acceleration. But dear students, acceleration causes increase in velocity. Acceleration, if a body is accelerated, it means velocity is continuously increasing. Continuously, each and every interval of time, velocity is increasing. Okay. Meaning of acceleration is velocity is continuously increasing. But this is not case in reality. Initially velocity is increasing, it is very obvious. But when velocity is increasing in the direction of net resultant force, magnitude of drag force is also increasing. mg are constant, m rho g rho p are constant, but this force is related with velocity. This force is related with velocity. Initially net force is acting in vertically downward direction. Okay, no problem. So particle starts moving in downward direction, and it is continuously increasing its velocity due to net force in the direction of motion. But here we have a very specialized condition involved in the force equation. Here we have a negative effect producing force, which is proportional to velocity square. So this will reduce the value of net force in the direction of motion, because it is acting opposite to the direction of motion, and it is proportional to a square root of velocity. Velocity is increasing, so its value is also increasing, and it has opposing nature, so this will reduce net force in the direction of motion. And very soon this will make net but downward resultant force which is equal to 0. जब डाउनवर्ड रिजल्टेंट फोर्स 0 होगा, क्योंकि ये बढ़ रहा है, ये कांस्टेंट है, ये बढ़ रहा है. इनिशियली क्या था आपका? इनिशियली आपका ये वैल्यू कोई पर्टिकुलर वर्टिकली डाउनवर्ड दे रहा था और ये अपवर्ड दे रहा था. नेट हमारा डाउनवर्ड आया, लेकिन ये वैल्यू बढ़ रही है. दिस वैल्यू इज इंक्रीजिंग, and sometime it becomes equal to its value, this value. So in that case, net resultant force in the downward direction becomes 0. जब resultant force जैसे ही 0 होगा, जितना velocity वो achieve कर लिया है, particle will continue its movement with that velocity when drag force becomes equal to these two forces. जब हो जाएगा ना, तो पार्टिकल अब उसी वेलोसिटी से मूव करता रहेगा. दैट वेलोसिटी इज कॉल्ड टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी, एंड टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी इज ऑलवेज कांस्टेंट, एंड पार्टिकल हैज नो चेंज इन द वेलोसिटी आफ्टर अचीविंग इट्स टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी, आफ्टर इक्वालिटी ऑफ opposing force, opposing drag force and these two force. Okay, vector sum of these two force and drag force, if they become equal, net force in the downward direction will be 0. It means acceleration will be 0, Acceleration will be 0 means dv dt will be 0. It means velocity remains constant, and that velocity is called terminal velocity. So dear students, when body achieves its constant velocity in a fluid, that velocity is called terminal velocity, and in that case there is no acceleration, so we can make this value 0 after achieving terminal velocity. And in order to achieve this terminal velocity, fluid will take fraction of second. So most of the time particle is moving with terminal velocity. Most of the time particle is moving with terminal velocity, because this condition is achieved in a very short time, 10th of second. Yes. So dear students, here we have modification from reality. After achieving terminal velocity or settling velocity, acceleration will be 0. Particle moves with constant velocity. That velocity is called terminal velocity, and the velocity involved in drag force expression is Vt. Now Vt is a square root of, just take this value on the right hand side and find the value of Vt. Vt is this 2mg rho p minus rho upon rho a cd rho p. Just this is a simplification. Okay, this is terminal velocity. Now we find terminal velocity for a particular shape. I am taking a spherical particle. सारे गेट में प्रॉब्लम हमारे स्फेरिकल पार्टिकल का ही. A spherical fat globule, केवल यही आपको दिखेगा. डस्ट पार्टिकल, स्फेरिकल डस्ट पार्टिकल, दो ही दिखते हैं आपको, स्फेरिकल डस्ट पार्टिकल एंड स्फेरिकल फैट ग्लोब्यूल. Okay, so we solve or we simplify expression for the terminal velocity for spherical particles. Dear students, we calculate mass of the spherical particle if diameter of particle and its density both are given. This is volume pi dpq upon 6. dp is the diameter of particle and this is the volume into density of the particle. Okay, and dear student, this is area pi dp square upon 4. This is spherical and it is falling. So dear student, projected area will be only this. This will be projected area in a plane, a circle of diameter dp. Circle of diameter dp. This is a spherical particle and A is projected area. Dear student, it is moving. So its projected area means take its shadow in a plane. तो लोगे तो एक आपका जो ना सर्कल दिखेगा, एक सर्कल होगा वो, उसकी डायमीटर कितनी होगी? डायमीटर सर्कल की होगी dp. This is projected area of this 3D shape in a plane dp. So projected area pi dp square upon 4. Put the value of m and a in the expression of previous terminal velocity, which is 2 mg rho p minus rho a cd rho p, and also you will get this relation. Okay, now friends, we work for coefficient of this, drag coefficient. Okay, drag coefficient for rigid sphere. Again we are calculating drag coefficient for rigid particle, spherical particle. Okay, rigid spherical particle. Drag coefficient CD की value. Okay, in the laminar flow region, also called Stokes law region, for Reynolds number less than 1, Reynolds number is rho v, and in this case velocity, particle is moving with terminal velocity, so rho v dp upon mu. This is a Reynolds number. This is the density of fluid. This is terminal velocity of the particle. This is diameter of spherical rigid particle, and this is dynamic viscosity. Its unit is Pascal second, Newton per meter square into second. I will explain mu in the last. Okay. So dear student, this is the Reynolds number. If the value of Reynolds number is less than 1, such flow is called laminar flow region. And here we have drag force according to Stokes, which is equal to 24 upon Reynolds number. Okay. This is valid only for if the Reynolds number is less than 1. Such flow is called laminar flow. And here we have Stokes' law. For drag coefficient of rigid sphere, 24 upon Reynolds number. Dear student, Reynolds number is rho, velocity of particle, diameter of particle upon mu, dynamic viscosity of fluid. Now put the value of CD here. जैसे पुट करोगे रेनॉल्ड नंबर की जगह पर भी ऐसा पुट करोगे, जो चाहिए आपका रिजल्ट आ गया. यही चाहिए था ना आपको? तो क्या कितना अच्छा लगा आपको? कुछ बचा इसमें? टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी जी dp स्क्वायर रो p माइनस रो अपॉन 18 म्यू. इट्स वेरी सिंपल एक्सप्रेशन, टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी. और इसका मतलब भी आप समझ रहे हैं क्या मतलब है ना? इजी हो गया ना? टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी क्या है कि इनिशियली रेस्ट से जब हम पार्टिकल को छोड़ते हैं तो उसकी वेलोसिटी इंक्रीज होती है, but after some time it achieves a constant velocity. The reason for constant velocity of particle in a fluid is increment in opposing nature of drag force, which is acting opposite to the motion of the particle. और जब वैल्यू इक्वल हो गया नेट फोर्स जीरो, नेट फोर्स जैसे जीरो, नेट फोर्स जीरो मीन्स मास इंटू एक्सीलरेशन बिकम्स जीरो. मास कभी भी जीरो नहीं हो सकता. एक्सीलरेशन बिकम्स जीरो, एक्सीलरेशन बिकम्स जीरो मीन्स वेलोसिटी becomes constant. It means further particle will move with constant velocity. That velocity is called terminal velocity. To achieve constant velocity movement by a particle in a fluid, the time taken is fraction of second. So in almost entire motion of the particle inside fluid is constant velocity type motion. Constant velocity type motion. Okay, that is, and that constant velocity is called terminal velocity, and its expression is very simple, dear students. So this formula is valid only for rigid spherical particle where Reynolds number less than 1. अब समझ में आ गया? अब ओरिजिनल समझ में आया कहां लगेगा ये? Reynolds number less than 1. That is, this is valid only for laminar flow region. And how to identify laminar flow region? The movement of particle in a fluid under its own properties like rho, rho p, velocity, mu. If the value of Reynolds number is less than unity, such flow is called laminar flow, and this is valid for laminar flow. Yes, ये additional आपके पास information होना चाहिए. Okay. But friends, if the particle is lighter than fluid and we release particle from the bottom, it will rise. It will move in upward direction, opposite to the direction of gravity. If we are taking heavier particle, coarser particle, a particle which is having density more than the density of fluid, it will move in the direction of gravity, that is vertically downward direction. But if the density of particle is less than the density of fluid and particle is released from bottom, particle is released from bottom of the space, it will start moving in upward direction. Okay, so dear students, in that case, just we change its sign. बिकॉज पूरी पूरी मूवमेंट ऊपर हो रही है, तो अब ये न्यूटन सेकेंड लॉ अपर डायरेक्शन में लगाएंगे तो माइनस हो जाएगा ये जी डी पी स्क्वायर रो माइनस रो पी अपॉन 18 म्यू। ओके, तो अगर नीचे से ऊपर जा रहा है तो ये वाला लगाएंगे, डेंसिटी ऑफ फ्लूइड इज हायर देन डेंसिटी ऑफ द पार्टिकल, पार्टिकल विल मूव इन अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन if it is released from the bottom. Okay, equipment for settling and sedimentation. It's very simple equipment. This is a chamber, and here we have air with dust, and we are passing air with dust. Okay, particle will settle down at the bottom of this chamber, and almost fresh air leaves the chamber. But friends, one requirement is here: the residence time, the time in which air with dust stays in this chamber, remains in this chamber. If residence time is sufficient until particle settles at the bottom of chamber, so उतना आपको स्पेस देना पड़ेगा ताकि ये आ जाए, अदरवाइज अभी पार्टिकल सेटल ही नहीं हुआ था तब तो निकल गया बाहर, तो ध्यान में रहना चाहिए। Slurry in, and friends here slurry is mixture of particle, liquid, particle and fluid. तो ये आप देखिए कैसे जो है ना हो रही है, ये यहाँ पर आपको जो है ना कोनिकल जो वेसल्स बने हुए हैं इस चेंबर में, this will receive coarse particle, okay, this will receive intermediate particle, and this will receive fine particle, and here we will get fluid out. तो आपको जो है ना क्लीन जो है ना यहाँ से फ्लूइड बाहर निकलेगा। तो इस तरह से जो है ना इक्विपमेंट है ग्रेविटी सेटलिंग और सेडिमेंटेशन के लिए। ओके, नाउ फ्रेंड्स वी सी सेंट्रीफ्यूगल सेटलिंग और सेडिमेंटेशन। हियर स्लरी इज फेड at the center of this ball, rotating ball. You will see situation here. Slurry is a mixture of liquid and solids. Slurry is mixture of liquid and solid, and it is fed at the center of a rotating ball. Okay, solid particle will experience higher centrifugal force. Okay, and it moves radially, and it is held by wall of the ball. तो सबसे किनारे चला जाएगा। ओके, इस तरह से जो है ना आपका ये क्रिएट हुआ। सिंपल है, सिंपल कोई ज्यादा डिफिकल्टी नहीं है। नाउ फ्रेंड्स, हियर वी हैव लिक्विड मिक्सचर ऑफ डिफरेंट डेंसिटीज लिक्विड। So heavier liquid will settle at larger radius, that is at the wall of ball, and lighter liquid will settle near the center, और wall के तरफ जो है ना heavier करेगा। Reason, heavier liquid will experience लार्जर सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स। तो सेपरेशन ऐसे हो रहा है, सेंट्रीफ्यूगल सेपरेशन। समय ज्यादा नहीं लगाना है, बहुत छोटा टॉपिक है, खत्म कर दे रहा हूं मैं तुरंत। सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, द सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स एक्टिंग ऑन पार्टिकल इज गिवन बाय mr omega square, okay, and v square upon r also, because v is equal to r omega, v square is equal to r square omega square, so you will get mr omega square. This is centrifugal force acting on a the whole mixture is rotating with the ball. So any particle at radius r, mass of the particle is m, and the ball is rotating with angular speed omega. So this will experience centrifugal force of magnitude mr omega square. This is center of rotation, line of rotation, and this is the location. R is the radial location of a particle. Okay. Ball is rotating, so fluid is also rotating because it is kept inside the ball. So fluid will rotate with the same angular speed. So any solid particle in a fluid will experience this amount of centrifugal force. Dear students, this is centrifugal force and this is gravity force. A ratio of centrifugal force and gravity force, mr omega square upon mg simply, or mba square upon r upon mg, r omega square upon g. So this is the ratio of centrifugal force and gravity force. Its value is larger because generally in real practice the rotational velocity of ball is very high, so centrifugal force is much greater than gravity force. So this is useful where a very light particle is in fluid, which takes more time in a gravity settling. So friends, for such type of mixture, this is best suited. ये जो है ना ज्यादा फोर्स एक्ट करेंगे, और क्योंकि हम जितना हम चाहेंगे हम उतना फोर्स लगा सकते हैं, और ये बहुत जल्दी क्विकली जो है ना सेपरेट करेगा पार्टिकल, सॉलिड पार्टिकल को लिक्विड से, या जो ना अगर हमारा मिक्सचर है लाइट डेंसिटी एंड हेवी डेंसिटी वाले फ्लूइड की, तो सेपरेशन जो है ना इसमें इजी होगा बिकॉज दिस इज हैविंग हायर वैल्यू. ओके, जहां ग्रेविटी नहीं कर पाएगा वहां ये कर देगा, क्योंकि हम जितना चाहेंगे उतना क्रिएट कर सकते हैं बिकॉज इट्स वैल्यू डिपेंड्स अपॉन द वैल्यू ऑफ रेशियो डिपेंड्स अपॉन ओमेगा. यस, जितना हमें जरूरी है हम बढ़ाकर एफसी को बढ़ा सकते हैं. सो रेडियली पार्टिकल विल start moving and will get a separation. Dear students, we explain this in the next topic, next live session. Come to the point. Again, we have expression for the terminal velocity in case of centrifugal sedimentation. Centrifugal separation method के लिए भी हमारे पास जो ना terminal velocity की expression है. Suppose this is axis of rotation and this is a particle which is rotating with the fluid at radius r omega. So dear students, acceleration जो सेंट्रीफ्यूगल जो एक्सीलरेशन होगा, एक्सीलरेशन की अगर मैं बात करूं, AC r omega square, AC will be r omega square. This is mg and this is buoyancy. And dear students, in a centrifugal separation method, centrifugal force has predominant effect. Okay, so particle will move in radial direction. It will move radially outward direction. So this is a movement of particle. So drag force will act radially inward direction. Okay, ऐसे लगेगा. तो इसका रफ जो है ना टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी का एक्सप्रेशन अपने पास है, आप नेग्लेक्ट कर सकते हैं. वी कैन नेग्लेक्ट हियर FC is acting. So FC is much greater than mg. Okay, and FD is acting opposite to the movement of particle because in centrifugal separation process particle is moving in radial direction. Okay, so this is the direction of particle in centrifugal separation process. So the drag force which is always acting opposite to the direction of motion of the particle. So drag force will act in radial inward direction. Okay. Buoyancy force is not changing its direction because it is always acting vertically upward direction. Mg is always acting vertically downward direction. But here we are neglecting mg as compared to centrifugal force because it has high magnitude. बहुत ज्यादा इसकी वैल्यू होती है. तो जैसे ही इसको नेग्लेक्ट करेंगे, यानी आप रफ जो है ना, ये कोई एग्जैक्ट नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर ये एफ बी इधर लगता तो 100% ये रिलेशन करेक्ट होता. बट एफ बी इज एक्टिंग स्टिल वर्टिकली अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन एंड वी हैव नेग्लेक्टेड mg. एंड तो क्या हो गया है कि ऑलमोस्ट जो है ना, पहले वाला जो सिचुएशन था ना, उसी के जैसा हल्का सा लेके चलेंगे. तो ये mg is involving g here. क्या था? अगर मैं बात करूं ग्रेविटी सेटलिंग और सेडिमेंटेशन की, सो इन ग्रेविटी सेटलिंग एंड सेडिमेंटेशन एक्सप्रेशन फॉर टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी इज रो dp स्क्वायर रो p माइनस रो अपॉन 18 म्यू. ओके, gdp square. Dear students, this g is coming from this weight, but friends, here we have neglected in front of centrifugal force. So similar to this is centrifugal force, Fc is equal to mr omega square and mg is equal Fg is equal to mg. So centrifugal force will replace mg. mg has g effect in the terminal velocity. Similarly, centrifugal force will have effect, equivalent effect of r omega square. So replace g by r omega square. Replace g by r omega square to get terminal velocity in a centrifugal separation process. Okay, so remember only one formula: gravity settling on sedimentation. Okay, and replace g in gravity sedimentation terminal velocity formula to get radial terminal velocity in a centrifugal separation process. Done. Okay, so dear students, memorize करना भी बहुत easy है. Now we talk about dynamic viscosity. Dynamic viscosity, mu. Shear stress is equal to mu du upon dy. Okay, later we'll see shear stress. This is Newton law of viscosity. Okay, shear stress Newton per meter square. Velocity upon meter per second upon meter. Okay, so mu is Newton per meter square into second. Newton per meter square, Pascal second. So SI unit of dynamic viscosity is Pascal second. Pascal second. Remember. Pascal second, or Pascal is Newton per meter square second. Okay. Now friends, Newton is mass into acceleration. Mass is kg and acceleration is meter per second square upon meter square into second. Okay, you will get kg per meter per second. Okay, so one Pascal second is 1 kg per meter per second. Okay, 1 kg is 1000 gram and meter is 100 centimeter second. So you will get 10 gram centimeter second. And dear students, this is called gram centimeter second is twice. Twice or nahi? Twice. So this is conversion formula. 1 Pascal second, which is equal to 1 Newton per meter square second, also equal to 1 kg meter second, and it is 10 poise. Remember, always 10 poise. You will see centipoise always, CP, and we use symbol P. Centipoise. Centi means this is centipoise. Centi means 10 raised to the power minus 2. Okay? Poise. Okay. We need to convert centipoise into SI unit, Pascal second. It's very simple. It's very simple. Dear students, 10 poise is 1 Pascal second. So 1 poise is 1 upon 10 Pascal second. So 10 raised to the power minus 2 poise, which is centipoise. 1 centipoise is 10 raised to minus 2 poise. So 10 raised to the power minus 2 poise is 1 upon 10 raised to the power 3 Pascal second. So this is conversion formula. So 1 centipoise is 1 upon 1000 Pascal second. Okay, we'll use this in our problem. Okay, another type of viscosity, kinematic viscosity. Kinematic viscosity. Kinematic viscosity. Later we'll see भयंकर इंटरेस्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स जाने वाला है जल्दी. वैसा फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स आप कहीं नहीं देखे होंगे. खतरनाक फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स. एक एक क्वेश्चन उठा के पटक के मारेंगे. पंप हो चाहे किसी का भी हो, ओपन चैनल फ्लो हो या काइनेमेटिक्स अभी नया ऐड हुआ है, काइनेमेटिक्स ऑफ फ्लो, फ्लूइड काइनेमेटिक्स. So kinematic viscosity, dear students, kinematic viscosity, it is represented by nu, and nu is dynamic viscosity upon density of the fluid. This is the dynamic viscosity of the fluid, and this is the density of the fluid, kinematic viscosity. Okay. So sometime kinematic viscosity of fluid is given. You have to convert this kinematic viscosity into dynamic viscosity. Its unit is, unit of kinematic viscosity is meter square per second. Okay, meter square per second. Now friends, we have simple problems, and we'll try to finish this session within 10 minutes. A spherical dust particles of 50 micrometer or micron. Micrometer, 1 micrometer means 10 raised to minus 6 meter, and 1 micrometer is also called micron. Micron. Confused now होइएगा. Micron means micrometer. Micro means 10 raised to the power minus 6 meter. Okay, that. So dear student, 50 micrometer, 50 into 10 to the minus 6 meter density. A spherical dust particles of 50 micrometer are settling under gravity in air at 21 degrees Celsius and normal atmospheric pressure. Density of particles is, so this is rho p, 1250 kg per meter cube, and the density of air is 1.2. Density of air, that is the density of fluid, 1.2 kg per meter cube. Considering viscosity of air as 1.81 into 10 raised to the minus 5 Pascal second, it's okay. It is given in Newton per meter square second. It is given in SI unit, MKS unit. Okay, the settling SI unit, the settling velocity of the dust in mm per second will be. Okay, so if you put all terms in MKS unit or SI unit, you will get velocity in meter per second. It's very simple. Rho g dps square rho p minus rho upon 18 mu. Everything is given. Put here, and you will get settling velocity or terminal velocity. This, and friends, in mm per second, it's 94. तो सारे प्रॉब्लम बहुत इजी होंगे. ये टॉपिक जो है ऐसे ही समाप्त होने वाला है. A high speed tubular ultra centrifuge with ball radius of 100 mm and height 500 mm rotates at 20,000 rpm and settles starch particle average diameter 20 micrometer. बहुत छोटे छोटे साइज के अगर सॉलिड है उसको अगर मुझे लिक्विड से सेपरेट करना है फ्रेंड्स, दिस सेंट्रीफ्यूगल सेडिमेंटेशन इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, और ये इफेक्टिवली लेस टाइम में करके आपको दे देगा. द रेशियो ऑफ सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स टू द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स एक्टिंग ऑन द पार्टिकल इज, सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स अपॉन ग्रेविटी फोर्स. सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स इज m r ओमेगा स्क्वायर, ग्रेविटी फोर्स mg, m कैंसिल हो जाएगा, r ओमेगा स्क्वायर अपॉन g, r इज गिवन. A high speed tubular ultra centrifuge with ball radius of, this is the ball radius and height, rotates at this. So this is in rpm, convert it into radian per second, 2 pi n upon 60 radian per second. So radius, angular speed square upon 9.81, this is the value. देखो कितना बड़ा है ये, कितना टाइम्स बड़ा है ये ग्रेविटी से. So in order to separate starch particle, if you use gravity sedimentation process, dear students, suppose take तुम खुद देख सकते हो कितना टाइम लेगा, ये होगा ही नहीं वो. बट सेंट्रीफ्यूगल वाले में कितना, ये चीजें देखनी होती है. सेंट्रीफ्यूगल कितना टाइम्स जो है ना, इससे ज्यादा जो है ना एक्ट हो रहा है, तो ये इजिली और लेस टाइम में पार्टिकल को सेपरेट कर देगा. डायरेक्ट एक्सप्रेशन बेस्ड प्रॉब्लम. A very small particle of diameter dp density rho freely settles at constant velocity in a tank of depth L containing liquid of viscosity. This is the viscosity of liquid. The density of the liquid is rho L. Rho L is less than rho P. It means particle is heavier than liquid. Particle will move downward direction. So we'll keep rho P minus rho L in terminal velocity expression. So option C is correct. G dp square rho p minus rho l upon 18 mu l. तो बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन आपके आएंगे. This is also simple problem of fat globule of 1.5 micrometer diameter is rising up. Dear student, it is rising up because its density is lesser than the density of fluid. Rising up in a stagnant skim milk medium of density. This is the density of skim milk and density and 1.5 cp viscosity. Cp divided by 1000 to get its value in Pascal second. If the density of fat globule is, yes. So friends, here density of particle is less than the density of fluid. So it will rise in upward direction. It will move in upward direction. We change the direction of एक्सप्रेशन, जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई विथ माइनस, सो ये रिप्लेस हो जाएगा. आंसर आपको दे दिया, खत्म, खटाक. सब कुछ वही है, कुछ भी नहीं दिख रहा. देखो जीपी दिया हुआ है, रो दिया हुआ है, रोपी दिया हुआ है, म्यू दिया हुआ है, आर दिया हुआ है, एंड यहाँ पर हमें जो निकालना है ये सेंट्रीफ्यूगल सेपरेशन टाइप का आपका सिस्टम है. सेंट्रीफ्यूज विथ रोटेशनल स्पीड ऑफ 1440 आरपीएम is used for separating oil from a dispersion in which oil is present in the form of spherical globules. Okay, oil जो है ना, oil is taking shape like this. Okay. So केवल जो है ना, but this formula was developed for rigid spherical particle. This is the formula for terminal velocity in centrifugal separation process, but this is valid for rigid spherical particle. Okay. Oil is having shape of a spherical but it is not rigid. So ये आपको जो है ना एग्जैक्ट जो है ना ये जो आ रहा है ना ये नहीं देगा, इसमें एरर आएगी, बट लेते हैं, चलते हैं, करते हैं. The density of the oil is, okay, separation occurs at an effective radius of 4 centimeter. Separation जो है ना 4 centimeter radius पर हो रहा है. So friends, for terminal velocity in a centrifuge we need radius, where radius of the particle, and question is telling separation of oil particle, oil drop is taking place at radius of 4 centimeter. So this will take this value. Okay, speed is given, size, diameter of oil drop is given, density of oil drop, density of fluid, सब कुछ आपका given है. The density of oil is this, separation affected viscosity and density of water. Okay, density of the water is this. Okay. So dear students, spherical oil is present. So here particle, यहाँ पर जो ना ये fluid ये हो गया and particle oil हो गया particle. So yeah, we are using density of oil drop. This is the density of water. बस खत्म. तो ऐसे ऐसे छोटे छोटे प्रॉब्लम है फ्रेंड्स, इसको भी करके समय नहीं खराब करने का. सिंपल प्रॉब्लम है. दिस इज वेरी सिंपल प्रॉब्लम. यस, अ मिल्क फैट globule of 2 micrometer diameter is rising in whole milk density and the coefficient of viscosity 10 to -3 poise. Okay, poise वाले को तो जस्ट 10 से डिवाइड कर दीजिए, पास्कल सेकंड में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. इफ द फैट डेंसिटी इज 950 kg per meter cube, the times needed to rise 10 mm for this fat globule in minute is. Dear student, find terminal velocity. Okay, and fat globule is moving with this constant velocity and it has to cover 10 mm distance. So distance upon terminal velocity. Okay, terminal velocity is the time taken by fat globule to reach from particular position to 10 meter up. Okay, so this is the time. This will तो आप कन्वर्ट कर लीजिएगा, वो आपका ये आता है मीटर पर सेकंड में, उसे आप जो है ना mm पर मिनट में कन्वर्ट कर लीजिए, mm पर मिनट, एंड देन जो है ना डिवाइड कर दीजिए डिस्टेंस में, आपको ये कैलकुलेट हो जाएगा. दिस इज ऑल्सो सिंपल प्रॉब्लम. इसमें कुछ नहीं करना है, समय नहीं खराब करने का, तो मैंने यहाँ पर रख दिया था बस सिंपली. ये आपका जो है दिस इज ऑल्सो वेलोसिटी ऑफ, आसान है फ्रेंड्स. दिस इज एक्सप्रेशन फॉर टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी. उसमें बोला कि वेलोसिटी ऑफ ये डायमीटर चेंज हो जाएगा, डायमीटर चेंज हो जाए. वेलोसिटी ऑफ 2 माइक्रोन diameter fat globule inside a centrifuge operating at 500 revolution per minute has been estimated to be this. ये दिया हुआ है. What will be the velocity of 1 micron diameter fat globule inside the same centrifuge operating at a speed and size are just changing and the remaining terms are same. So dear students, only ये और ये होगा. So v1 upon v2 omega 1 square dp1 square upon omega 2 square dp2 square. Okay, v1 is given, we can find v2, omega 1 dp1 omega 2 dp2, everything is given. तो यहाँ से डायरेक्ट आप सॉल्व कर लेंगे फ्रेंड्स. आरपीएम में दिया हुआ था तो कन्वर्ट कर लीजिएगा, यहाँ से सॉल्यूशन हो जाएगा. ओके, सो दिस इज एंड ऑफ सेशन.